Busy schedule, that's why you need speed. And yes, it's a welcome to day 7 of the speed reading short break series. And today I want to help that busy professional who is saying, hey, I love what you're saying about reading daily and speed reading, but hey, I'm just so busy I cannot find the time to read. And today we have Jacinta as the first person joining us today. And hi, the emergent educator ideas. I see you. Apologies, we're a bit late today. I had to be with my mentor. Yes, the master calls and we move. Hi, Chocolatia. But today we're here. We're still here, right? Today we'll be having this conversation on the fact that your busy schedule is the number one reason why you need speed. Who's excited to be here? Have you tagged a professional who is ideally supposed to be here? Because they need to come have this conversation. They need help with their reading, but they are too busy. Professionals who want to read but are constantly overwhelmed by their schedule, and they feel like reading is a nice to have, but not realistic with everything else going. Come closer. Let's have a conversation. Speed reading isn't for people who have time. It's for people who don't. I mean, I feel like that's the reason why you were not taught speed reading at childhood, even though some educational systems are changing that. So there are some schools now who are trying to put in speed reading skills even from upper primary to secondary schools, so that people will be able to find their speed even from early time. Okay, but speed reading is something that is for you. If you were here, tag a professional. They should be here. And if you're here to follow us, I don't want to believe you're not. Follow us, turn on your notification, and let us go. Today's conversation will be interesting. Speed reading helps you buy back your time without quitting your goals. Imagine the speed that you hack with speed reading. That's so much speed that the next time you have to create, maybe you want to write, you want to do a presentation, you want to speak at a meeting, you do not have to take as much time anymore to solve problems, to create, to think on your feet, because you've been able to practice daily reading using this skill. Can you pause for a moment and think about how much time you will be saving? Think about it. How much time would you be saving just by being able to actually master the speed? I want you to start by describing your common experiences. Hi, Oyetomi Omotola. Thank you for joining us. You wake up with big plans. Your day runs away from you, meetings, work, traffic, family. At night you want to read, but your brain is tired. And I am even saying that you shouldn't read or leave your reading schedule, your reading time to only when you are tired. Reading becomes one more thing to do because your schedule is just everywhere. But what if it became the thing that gives you back control? What if reading becomes that thing that gives you back your time? The time you think you're losing, the time you think you're losing a hand of. Reading helps you gain it back. The power of 10-minute reading sprints. That's what I want to show to you today. The power of 10-minute reading sprints. And I'm sure that there's no professional who will say, I don't have any 10 minutes. That's where I want to come from. Yes, your 10-minute sprint. Now, what if just 10 minutes could give you 100 pages? Yes, I want you to think about it. Speed reading isn't about sitting down for hours. No, it's not. It's about harnessing short bursts. That's what it is about. Your brain processes visual information faster than speech. Hi, Ayose. Your brain processes visual information faster than speech. So we're just not trained to take advantage of that. That's a sad reality. But if you are trained to read visually, you can see that your brain can take it more. And in short bursts of amount of 10 minutes, in short pockets of time, and you're able to slot that in daily, you should be able to do 100 pages. Yes, you can. This is possible when you learn how to Read with your eyes, not your inner voice. Hi, Susu. When you're able to read with your eyes, not your inner voice. When you are able to pre-frame what you are reading, you are able to work on doing a whole total reframing of what you are reading. The question is, are you willing to give away that 10 minutes burst of time? Would you say that you are so busy that you do not have it? I don't think there's any professional like that. Chunk and guide with focus. Number 3. It means you will be able to achieve this is to chunk and glide with focus. I remember speaking to one of my team members and she said, oh, I can finish a novel in 2-3 days. I've been able to do this and this. And with that conversation, it got to me that, hey, this is someone who is busy. So, again, today I want you to understand that in that your busyness, right? Speed reading is a thing that would help you to gain back your time. You are not losing time each time you pause from every other thing that you have to do or stop yourself from other things that you have to do to actually sit down on your reading table. No, you are actually saving time. Do you know that today, in today's world, attention span has dropped to 8 seconds. People no longer have the time to actually sit on one thing for 8 seconds, 10 seconds, 1 minute. Once it's not giving out what they want, they are out. Right? So, who do you think will be that professional that will stand out in today's world? For me, reading is one thing that keeps me present. So many persons are not present. They are in the professional world, but they are not in touch with their reality. They are not in touch with their now. They are either fast tracking or they are living in their past. It's holding them down. They cannot come out to have these conversations. So it's in your ability to sacrifice that solemn moment. What happens when you get out of the noise and sit still for 10 minutes? See, the speed you're looking for is in your stillness. The speed you are looking for is in your stillness. Your ability to actually be still. Your ability to actually be still. To still. Even the Bible says, stand still and know that I am God. So you need to be able to be still. To just be calm. And reading is what gives you that stillness. It does. It does. It does. How do you get those 10 minutes? I'm talking about the 10-minute burst sprint, right? Number 1, during commute. During commute. If you are not the one driving, you can use 10 minutes to scan through some chapters. You want to achieve 100 pages a day, right? Let's move. Right? With this skill, that 10 minutes time on your way to work. Yes, I hear it. Stand still and know. Stand still and know. Sit still. So here we're doing sit still. Sit still and know. Interesting conversation. I love it. Okay? So during commute, so long as you are not the one driving, so long as I'm not the one on the steering, why can't I be reading? Why not? Except, of course, you want to have a conversation with the person in the car with you. Maybe it's your husband or someone you want to have a conversation, or your child or something. Otherwise, why not? That 10 minutes is enough time to read. Instead of scrolling through social media. I have said it. Any professional can cover a book a week if you can replace tech binging with book binging. Yes, you can. If you can replace social media binging with book binging. How else do I get that 10 minutes? In between meetings. I remember the week I read my mentor's book, The Kingmaker book. I was busy that week. Like, I was going to work. I had to run Smart Speakers Academy. I had to go for my 9 to 5 or my 7 to 4. So mine is a 7 to 4 or was a 7 to 4. And I had to do all of that and all of that. Yet I had to finish this almost a 400 pages book. This was what I did. Number 1, I read in commute. Number 2, I read in between meetings. So for me, each time I wasn't in classroom and wasn't in a meeting and I wasn't having to deal with any documents, I was seated reading. See, the word is book binger. That's the name of our inner circle program at the Smart Speakers Academy. We are saying it because you get to a point where reading for you becomes a binging, an addiction, a habit. You know why you have to go all out that way? Because of course you are now an adult, you are now a busy professional. If you do not go all out that way, you're not going to get it, you're not going to cut it, and that's not what you want. So in between minutes, you can get another 10 minutes there. Are you seeing how many minutes you're getting out already? Some of us can even get in between minutes of up to 20 to 30 minutes. Are you seeing that you have time? Okay, number 3, evening cool downs. Not when you're tired, please, but evening cool downs. I mean, parents reading 50 pages post bedtime routine in 20 minutes. Okay, just before your bedtime, the kids are off to sleep. You are tired, but you're not fagged out, the one that you cannot look at a book, and you actually get to sit on your chair and table. Please, not on your bed. If you do it on your bed, you're going to sleep off because your pillow will start calling. No, we're not saying you're on your bed. On your chair, okay? Sit still. Okay. Reading as a system, not a struggle, should be the goal for you. Your goal is reading as a system, not a struggle. Reading doesn't have to compete with your goals. It doesn't have to compete with your professional lifestyle. It doesn't have to compete with your parenting goals. Oh, okay. Hi, Oluwaleke. Oh, Vida says, that's how I used to read when I was in my 20s, but now, oh, and Vida, we can go back to that now, can't we? Yes, we can. The only extra thing you need now is a speed reading skill. That's what you need, so that at least it's faster, because of course you may not have as much time now that you are maybe your professional life with kids and family now. So Vida, jump into the speed reading masterclass. Yes, that's what you should do. All right, and if you're not in our inner circle, the book binges will jump in, like jump in now. Okay, so that's how to read. So Vida confirms it. That's how to actually cover any book, right? It shouldn't be a struggle for you. It shouldn't compete with your goals. It shouldn't compete with your family lifestyle. No, it should be something that you actually are able to fit in with your regular schedule. See, the more you read, the more we should hear you speak in meetings. So you shouldn't even be hiding. So you shouldn't compete with your regular schedule. That's what we mean, right? Reading doesn't have to compete with your goals. It should complete your goals. Now, when you build a system, not just a wish, reading becomes a part of your identity, not a burden. Bottom line is build a system. That's what we'll do in our inner circle program, the Book Bingers. We'll help book bingers actually build a system. Build a system where it works, where you can actually find a way to fit it in. There's a way. There's a way. You are not failing at reading because you lack time. You are stuck because you lack a system that fits it into your life. That's why I say that. Smart reading, which is what we preach here at the Smart Speakers Academy, will involve skill and system. The speed reading skill, you get to learn the skill, master the skill, plus a system that helps you run it. You have the skill and then you run with a system that helps you run it. So I want to invite you for this session again. Tomorrow we'll be continuing with the speed reading short break series at 1 p.m. Sorry about it, we're a bit late today because I had to be at another live with my mentor, Coach Wendy Logie, at the Intentional Parent Academy live page, and you need to go catch up. It's something that was an interesting conversation. And then tomorrow we'll be here at 1 p.m. Follow this page if you're not, turn on notifications. Every single weekday, Monday to Fridays, we're here for the speed reading short break series, and it's an interesting conversation that you need yourself to help you unlock the speed that you need. If you want to join the speed reading masterclass, it's happening on June 20th. Use the link in our bio, and once you get to our seller store, you pay, or you chat up the WhatsApp number and you be given more details on how to pay for that class. At the time, the class still goes out for $19,999, and in a few moments it will go up to $29,999, and I know you don't want that. So now that it's still at $19,999, you can go ahead and pay right away, and you get access to that masterclass. Just 2 hours to find the speed to double, triple your current reading speed. Is something that every professional needs. I call it the professional's advantage. So everyone who joined us today, thank you so much for joining us. You know, professionals struggling to read, right? Now I've shown you that in 10 minutes bursts of time daily, you'll be able to cover 100 pages. You'll be able to cover a book a week all year round. So send them this video, share it with them, tell them to follow the page, tag them, tell them to turn on notification, tag them on this post, and they should be able to see Once again, thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you tomorrow again at 1 p.m. and stay smart because this is the smart world.